So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you probably know that Fujifilm is one of my favorite companies, and Fujirumors just released some information about it, so let's go over what we know. And by what we know, I mean what's been rumored, at least on a high level, so I guess we don't really know anything, but according to Fujirumors, what they speculate and what they say is going to happen is that the Fujifilm X-H2 is going to be released in two different forms. You're going to have a Fujifilm X-H2 at 40 megapixels, and you're going to have another X-H2s at 26 megapixels. Now, I did have somebody reach out to me, and they say they're an insider and say that the Fujifilm X-H2 is actually going to be called the Fujifilm X-H5. So I'm thinking that if that is the case, and we will know if they're insiders soon enough, then I believe the 40 megapixel 8K variety is going to be that X-H5, and the X-H2 is going to be the 26 megapixel version. But just for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to be talking about the X-H2s, or at least that's what Fujirumors is calling it, and that is the 26 megapixel version. So what do we know about this camera? Well, first off, it's going to have 26 megapixels and it's supposed to have a stacked BSI sensor. What's really cool about that is if it is a stacked sensor, then the readout speed should be very fast, meaning that it should cut down on the rolling shutter for both stills and video. And actually what we know more about is the video specs, so I will mostly be going over those today, but I will kind of speculate towards the end what the photography specs could be as well. According to a new rumor, the X-H2s will actually be capable of shooting 6K video. Now, they did not specify what the actual frames per second will be on that. Will it be 6K 60 or 6K 30? I'm not exactly sure. I do tend to think that it's going to be at least at the 6K 60 mark, and the reason that I do say that is because the X-T4, which came out back in 2020, and even before that you had the X-T3 back in 2019, they shot 4K 60 10-bit 422 back then. I definitely think that with a progression of time that at least 6K 60 is in the cards. Another reason that I think that 6K 60 is a possibility is because they say this will have CFexpress cards. Now, they did not say if it's going to have two CFexpress cards or if it would be type A or type B. Fujirumors at least has a picture of a type B card in the picture of the article, so for whatever that means, I actually wouldn't be shocked if they do go with type A, considering that Fujifilm usually likes to keep their cameras smaller. It makes sense that they may go for the type A SD card hybrid, kind of like what Sony does. They've used Sony sensors in the past, and also Tamron, that is partially owned by Sony, is currently making APS-C lenses for both Fujifilm as well as Sony, so it kind of makes me think that the relationship between Fujifilm and Sony may be closer than what we think. Also, it would make sense for Sony to allow them to use that dual slot technology because it would possibly bring down the cost of the type A cards for Sony, which is a very big problem that Sony has. But as of right now, we really do not know if it's type A or type B, but I'm sure that information will be coming sooner rather than later. Moving on, Fujirumors also says that this will have a flip screen. I know that that's going to divide a few people, but personally, I really enjoy a flip screen, and I know that usually videographers tend to lean towards a flip screen, or at least, you know, YouTube videographers. They're all narcissists. They really like to look at themselves. But I do really think it helps get in certain angles to have a flip screen. Of course, if you're recording yourself, it really helps. And it really makes me think that this camera in particular will really be going after the videographer crew, and maybe the original X-H2, or if it's going to be the X-H5, maybe it will be focused more in on the photography side, but they also say it's going to have 8K, so who knows. But speaking of the photography side, we really haven't heard much about it besides the fact that it's going to be 26 megapixels. That being said, I would be very shocked if it's anything under 10 frames per second. I would really think that it may be even faster than that. I do know that Fujifilm needs some faster glass in their APS-C lineup, so maybe they will release some faster glass to go along with these video specs, and in turn give us some faster photography as well. But that's really all we know for now. Personally, I'm very excited about this camera. What do you think? Drop in the comment section below and let me know. If you've liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will be covering Fujifilm and all the different camera news and rumors. If you like that type of stuff, consider subscribing, and until next time, peace.